Today we're looking at the Insta360 Go 2. This tiny little camera, the size of your thumb, is what I'm going to call the people's action camera. I'll explain that a little bit later on in the video, but this camera, I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm absolutely in love with it. The creativity that it inspires, the different shots you can get with it. It's so small that it just sort of goes anywhere. It's got that magnetic back, so it clips onto any surface like that. You can start recording. That's metal, of course, magnetic, and then all the different mounts that it comes with. The mounts are magnetic as well. This is just a really cool little camera to use. The charging case is ingenious. I love the way that this works, and we're going to talk all about this camera in this video today. Okay, so first of all, it can record in 1440p up to 50 frames per second. Really good looking footage. It's not quite 4K, but this is a really tiny camera. It's so small. For the size factor, the sensor size that it's got, it really does look great, the footage. You've of course got that flow state stabilization built in from Insta360. The stabilization is brilliant, very comparable to something like the GoPro 10. The camera itself is waterproof down to 13 feet. The charge case is not waterproof, so don't get chucking this in. The charging case acts as a remote for this. You can take it out and use it as a remote. This charging case is really cool as well. It's got little tripod legs on the back, so we can stand it up on the table and you can use it as a tripod and have the camera in there. The camera works in the case as well. A couple of buttons on here, nice and simple. Record button and then a menu button just to cycle through the different menus. It's got HDR mode, it's got slow motion at 1080p 120, it's got time lapse, it's got time shifts for those hyperlapse kind of shots, a pro video mode, which is the mode that I recommend you record in all of the time, but we'll talk about that in the video. So many modes, so many features, packed full of different things that you can do with this camera. It's so good. One thing I would recommend is recording in pro video mode, and that gives you the different options in post-production to change the orientation. So you can change it to 9:16 or 1:1 for Instagram in the Insta360 Studio desktop app. And then if you record in normal video, then you don't have that option in post-production. So if you put it to the side like that, then it will record in portrait mode, and if you put it upright like that, then it will record in widescreen mode. So just record in pro video mode, that's probably the best option. Gives you the most flexibility in post-production. It charges by USB-C. We've also got the 1/4" screw thread on this, so you can add this to a tripod with the case as well. So there are other mounts that we'll talk about in just a second, but you can use a case here on a tripod for vlogging and things like that. So you've got that on there. Like I said, doubles as a tripod, and the hinge is really strong. It's nice, well-made metal hinge on here. It's not going to snap in anytime soon. About the size of your AirPods, this case, I just can't, without holding it in your hand, you can't really tell how small this is. It's so small, fits in your pocket, can go with you anywhere, and that's why I like to call this the people's action camera, because it's the kind of action camera that anybody can use. It's one that's brilliant for everybody. If you're just a normal person, you're not into YouTube, you're not into recording, you don't want to be too creative, you can just have this in your pocket and record. It's better than a phone, and it's just something you can take. It's waterproof, you've got that time-lapse mode, you can just record your family adventures with this camera. It's so good. The Go 2 has double the battery life of the original Go. You can charge this for half an hour via the USB-C, and it will give you up to 2.5 hours worth of recording. So the battery life is brilliant as well. I will say that I have noticed that if you take it out of the case for too long, this does drain if you're using it, especially for time shifts and different HDR modes. Using it for that, you have to make sure that you put it back in there to charge it, because it will drain pretty quickly if you're using it extensively. But once it's in the case, it's charging, you can use it again. It's not like you've got to wait for it to charge back up. So the case acts as a charging dock for the actual camera in there, but I've just been keeping it in the case so it keeps it charged all the time, and the battery life is plentiful. I'll tell you what I have been impressed with as I get lost in a bunch of brambles is the audio quality, the ability to vlog, and the fact that it sounds really good as well. The fact this camera is so incredibly small just makes it perfect For like a vlogging camera, it's on the selfie stick now, just in front of me. Really tiny. It's got that 3/4 inch mount on the charging case as well, so you're never going to run out of charge. Well, you will eventually, but it will last ages. And yeah, the fact it's just so small and light for vlogging. If the audio is good as well, I don't think there's many better options. 1440p is plenty. You could record in 1080p and it'd be fine. Stabilisation, obviously, very, very good. So I'm just super impressed with this as a everyday, normal person's just simple recording camera. That's why I think I'm going to call it the people's action camera. It can do everything, absolutely everything, and it does it really, really well. Everything is magnetic about the mounts as well. So the case is magnetic. I've got the magnetic pendant on my shirt here, so we can put it there like that. That's magnet in there, so you've got that nice POV view. If you're doing cooking or you're doing any kind of crafts, you want to record yourself, then you've got this and your hands are there. I used it for photography the other day. I was recording a bit of photography and I was taking some pictures and you could see what I was doing from the camera on my chest. Brilliant. Then we've got this sticky plate, the pivot stand. This comes in the basic kit as well. It's got like a stickiness on there. You put the camera in and then it swivels left and right. You can mount this in so many different places. 4 ways of rotating this. Turns all the way around as well like that. And then if you want to leave it in there, you can do. Mounts like that. And then you can just store it away. If you want to put it in there, make sure you keep that clean, that sticky bit at the bottom, and then it will stay sticky for a while as well. And then take it out, use different mounts. You've got a tripod mount which comes with the mount kit that you can buy separately. 1/4 inch thread goes on there just for vlogging if you want to use it like that, nice and easy. You've got the cap mount which clips onto your cap above or below. That's magnetic as well, goes in that way. And then I would recommend using these mounts because it's on the side like that. Make sure you record in pro video mode, and then in post-production you can change the different orientation. If you want to change it for Instagram or change it for TikTok, you can do that in post as long as you record in pro video mode. And then we've got the standard action camera mount in the extra kit as well, and that is there. You can put it onto some kind of GoPro mount on the top of the car. That's what I've been doing in there, nice and magnetic. These are strong, these are not coming out. Even if you put it on a car or whatever, it's really, really strong. The magnets are really good, so it's going to keep it nice and safe. Now, the great thing about this Insta360 camera, which you can't say about other 360 cameras, is that the lens guards are replaceable. So if you do scratch it, these just twist off, and you can buy separate ones of these. And you get about 3, or I think you get 2 or 3 in a box if you buy these separately. So if you do scratch it, you can just replace them. So that is a brilliant feature as well. You need to make sure you've got one of these on to make it waterproof as well. That's just something else to note. Another great feature, the fact you can replace those. So the people's action camera. If you're going to buy one action camera and you're not deadly serious about having the best of the best, you just want something that you can throw around, keep in your pocket and record some footage, whatever you're doing, this is the one to go for. This is probably my favourite little action camera I've been using over the last few months. I'm really impressed with it. We've of course got the new Insta360 One RS we're testing at the moment, and we're going to be testing it against each camera. So we're going to test the whole of the Insta360 lineup and see which one's the right camera for you. So make sure you do subscribe, press the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Lots of tech videos every single week. This might be the camera for you. If it is and you want to grab one, then there is an affiliate link down there, and that's the only way I'm making any money off this video. It's not a sponsored video. This is a really great, fantastic, fully recommended camera. Something I've got in my bag pocket all the time. So good. That's it. I'll see you on the next one though, guys. See you soon. Bye.